Hey guys, Father Time. Got a new thing going on here. You know what it is? Let me see here. Yeah, got a little Father Time sign. We know about that. Got myself a little airplane picture there. Pretty cool, huh? Just put it up today. Um, hmm, Let me see something. Maybe can't really see it, can you? Let me get it a little better. See if that holds. I got to learn how to secure this camera a little better. If you haven't flown with me before, if you wouldn't mind subscribing, down in the bottom right-hand corner, it's my little ugly face. If you click on it and subscribe, we're looking for subscribers. We're about 773 now. I got to get to 777. I fly right now just the 777 on P3D. When it comes to Microsoft Flight Simulator via PMDG, I will be going over there. But I'm actively flying the 777 for a living, so I can't be getting confused with a bunch of different airframes at the moment. I tried that. If you go on, I have about 90 videos, including this one. Everything on the 777, engine out, pre-flights, all sorts of VATSIM, live streams, anything you can imagine on the 777. I also did the A320, the Phoenix. I did the 737, A310 any builds, Captain Sims airplanes, RHD 76. And amongst others, PMDG 73800. Did a bunch of stuff over there, but I was getting myself a little confused. Maybe I'm old. I am old. I retire in September unless the FAA goes to age 67. I'll stay on 2 more years. The only job I would take if that doesn't happen is maybe contract pilot on the 777. I have a couple of leads on that. And maybe fly 10 or 12 days a month contract pilot. But here I am. I'm at Gatwick. I'm going up to Manchester. Why did I choose Gatwick? Let's go through VATSIM procedures here. I chose Gatwick because if you look here, they have ground, tower, and ATIS. So I'll get clearance, a delivery via ground. Since they don't have a delivery, go to tower, ATIS. And then if you go up to Manchester, they have, that's delivery, ground, and ATIS. Maybe they'll get a tower on board before I get there. And if you go to vPilot, there was a London control up there that would have given us an en route function, but right now they're off. That's just Shannon right there. That's Gatwick Tower, Gatwick Ground, Gatwick ATIS. So anyway, that's why I chose these 2 airports. We are parked in the cargo area. This gate's actually a little small from this airplane, but we fit in. We're at this spot right here, spot 158. 158, parked next to DHL. We'll push back, nose to the left, taxi out here. Spot 158 right here. So we'll go out of Sierra, probably Juliet, and they are departing on 26 left, which is over here. So it'll probably go Sierra, Juliet, to Zulu, to Mike. They may give us an intersection, which we're good for. Let's go back inside. So let's get the airplane set up, get all set to go. It was cold, dark. I just got it aligned. We'll go back inside. One more thing. Let's take a look out here. Sync this little guy. Take a look at some of the functions here. I think I'm going to do a performance thing. Let me do this. Got to get this going. Sim brief and view PDF. There we get this one right here. All right, so we've got takeoff weight, estimated zero fuel weight, takeoff weight, 441.3 about 441.3. So takeoff weight 441.3. Gotta get the keyboard up. 441.3. I will try that again, right? 1.3. I'm just trying to gradually get you guys some thing. This is 26 on the CG. 26. Come on, fella. Mr. Jeff. Airport search. EGKK. EGKK. Search ident. EGKK. Runway. 26 left according to the ATIS. Thrust rating, we'll go TO2 since we're so light. Normally you get that via the TPS. It would come up automatically. Let's see, wind, presently 230 at 10. It's variable, but 230 at 10 generally. I'm just doing this, guys, because electronic flight bag's available, and you're not taking off at like a rocket ship at max power. Outside air temperature, and this is I got to put in the 26C and Q and H 78 Fahrenheit. Q and H 1016 1016. Is it going to let me do that? TO2 flap configuration. We'll go flaps 15. Normally, it's actually flaps configuration. We'll let it do PAX auto, flaps optimum, see what it comes up as. Anti-ice, it's auto. All right, so I filled in all the gray boxes, right? Plus, you got to fill in these boxes down here. Takeoff weight CG. Takeoff weight went away, didn't it? What a memory, Jeff. Come on, big guy. What do you got here? Takeoff weight. 441.3. You guys probably knew that, right? 441.3. I think everything's ready, so calculate. And the number I'm going to be looking for, it's going to be flaps 5, by the way, is 41 assumed temp. I write it down. 41 assumed temp, and it's a TO2, 27, 34, 43, 27, 34, 143. Obviously, I could come back here and get that. And the N1, this is a big one. N1 is 90.2, is what we're going to be looking for in the window, and we'll know we're good. And it's a NADP1, which is 1,500 power reduction and 3,000 acceleration. So that's wrong. 6,000 transition altitude, and that's all we needed off here. Okay, let's go to the box. I have gone to SimBrief, obviously. I filed the flight plan on VATSIM. I even did one via here. So I did it on VATSIM by going all the way to the bottom, filing on VATSIM down here. And I also came in the flight plan and I filed it. I know that's not necessary, and I know that's redundant. I just did it for practice. Here's our route of flight at 22,000 feet. Got about 37 minutes en route. Takeoff out of Gatwick on the Lambden 6 Mike to Lambden, November 57 to Welland, Tango 420 to Elvos Mike 1 Mike to Manchester runway 23 right is what we're planning. How's the weather? We go. I signed this in operations out at 17:15, so we've got about 17 minutes to get airborne. So we best hurry in here. Flight plan. The weather up there, right here is 220, 190 variable 22, fewer 3,200, 21 Celsius. What's that, about 69 degrees Fahrenheit. Temporary conditions, a little bit of rain shower coming in later on. When you go into Manchester, our arrival is going to be around 1,800. Temporary, so somewhere in here. 8,000, a little bit of rain, and rain showers broken at 14, and the LLS is on the air, so we'll be able to do that. At the moment, they're 280, so the wind's out of the west, 280 at 8, 260 variable, 320, good visibility, high scattered clouds at 3,200 feet, 20 degrees Celsius, that's 40 minus, you double it, subtract 10%, that's 40 minus 4 is 36, add 32 is 68 degrees. 1014 over here, 1016 is in Gatwick. Okay, our alternate, I just put it in as Heathrow, looks pretty good. No problems there. And we reviewed the modems. We are in a 777 freighter. UPS colors. You guys like this? Don't forget to subscribe. Okay, so route request. It's Gatwick to Manchester, UPS 400. I just filed it on SimBrief, and I filed it on VATSIM twice. for practice, one via the sim. Oh, you know what? I didn't do SimBrief downloader, so that's wrong. I've got to go purge. I've got to go SimBrief downloader because that's a new flight plan. Come on. SimBrief, that's good. You guys can see this, right? Run as administrator. SimBrief downloader, because that sends it to PMDG. So I sent it to VATSIM, but I didn't send it to PMDG. There's obviously a flight plan in there, but it's an old one. So send the new one in here. So I'm just going to do this quick little flight. I'm going to try to do a stream maybe tomorrow. Logan was asking me about that. Don't know where I'm going to go yet. Don't know what time. I have to kind of see what the family needs are. Been flying to London a lot this month, and I'm going to do all Paris next month, which could be my last trip. August 29th through the 31st, taking my wife to Paris. We'll get the water cannons. I'll make a little video of that for you guys. All right, it's filed with PMDG via SimBrief downloader, so you guys know how to do that. Now let's try it. Because now we did obviously have a flight plan in there from Gatwick to Manchester. That's why it came up. But I'm not sure it was the current one with the 1715 wheels up, which we are getting late here. Load. And you remember, it loads, does not load the SID or the star, so we're going to have to put that in. It's thinking about it, isn't it? There it is. Activate, execute. Let's see what it's in there. There we go, landing. So we are, our flight plan, if you remember, which I don't, is the Lambda. I'm going to put that in. Lambda 6 Mike. Okay. So I want to do that so when they read the clearance, I'm ready to roll. So Lambda 6 Mike, runway 26 left. Select that first, and then Lambda 6 Mike. That way the Lambda for that runway is correct. Activate it. Arrival at Manchester was the Elvos 1 Mike. Elvos 1 Mike. Oh, and they are landing on, come on, man, Elvos 1 Mike. And what runway are they landing on over there? They are landing on 23 right. 23 right. ILS 23 right. And we won't put a transition in at the moment. Okay, let's take a look here. Accept that. We need to put the zero fuel weight in. Zero fuel weight is 412.6, 412.6, 412.6, and through the miracle of PMDG, I'll load the winds now. We'll get that prompt. Go to legs, route data, load, wait, execute light. That's good. And then it's going to say descent winds already. Vertical nav. Next page, descent, forecast, load. Takes a minute, and they'll pop up in the descent page, just like the airplane, the real airplane. Too friggin' cool. I swear to God, I love this stuff. So we got the ident. It's the 777 freighter 200 GEs 90s. So that means we got to start one at a time. The GEs, you start one at a time. Pratts and the Trents start both at once. The database is good through July 13th. I have a database downloader for Navigraph. I have a subscription, $100 a year, so I'll be able to load it. So this database is good through today. Position, it knows where we're at. Gatwick, I've aligned it. Route, we walked through together. EGKK to EGCC. I'm going to route copy it, guys, in case I dump it by accident. Lambda 6 Mike, Lambda November 57 Welland, Tango 420 Elvos Mike to Dane, and then next page is the ILS 23 right. And as you remember, the other guy would have been looking at the flight plan here and comparing it there. Then that person would take out the PDF, and we would walk through all the points together. They would look at the PDF. As we walk through the points, and we would go through the points together. The way we do that is we go to plan here, and we go back to the box, go to legs. We'd walk through the SID, we compare it against the SID, and the SID is Lambda 6 Mike. I know this is tedious, guys, but this is kind of a firm believer in this stuff. Procedures, right? Lambda 6 Mike. Lambda 6 Mike taking off on runway 26 left. And move this over a little bit so we can see it better. Okay, Bravo 258, Lambda 6 Mike, 4.86% climb angle is good. So Lambda 6 Mike between 15 and 22, 15.4 below 220, 42 to 32, it's 32 and 4, 4.250, or 250, acorn at 5, acorn at 5. Next page, apologize. Next page is, this one is at 5 and 6. It's probably going to be climb now. He'll delete all those things on the climb out. Lamborn is at 6, and they all check. So we walk through that, compare it against the SID. That brings me to my next point. What is a transition altitude here at Manchester? I think it might be 5,000. You can go to basically any with these guys. Transition altitude on the climb is 6,000 feet. So that means our first flight level is 7. On the descent, transition level, if we come back in, is 7. So that last flight level is 7. First flight level climbing is 7. And these are our min sectors, 23. So 3,000 be a good sector on the engine out. Anyway, and taxiing plan is, we are way over here, as I mentioned, at spot, I think it's 158. Stand guidance, parking stands, way over here in the cargo area, spot 158 on a gate that's not meant for, it's not meant for big airplanes, but we fit in there. Are you kidding me? And we're going to go nose to the left, and we're going to anticipate going out Sierra, you don't need de-icing, and Juliet all the way over. I don't know what this thing is. Get rid of that. All the way over Juliet, probably, I would guess Papa, and hold short, and we'll go full length right over here. They could send us way over here, but I'd say Juliet, Papa, and that should be it. That's my plan. So I'm spot 158 when I call. I'm going to come back in here. And so we walk through the points, right? Step through all the SID points. And then all the way to Dane, checking them against the flight plan. We go to Prague. We check the total distance, 210 against the flight plan total distance. And it's 205. That's reasonable. So we know we don't have any gross errors in the loading of it. And we also go to NavRad, and we make sure it's either in procedural, automatic, or remote. You don't want an M there for manual. This is in procedural, which is the P. So that's how we check the flight plan. That's loaded. When we came in the airplane, we should have checked trim is 0, fire handles down, fuel levers are down, thrust levers are down, parking brake is set. Spoiler levers down, flap handles up, auto brakes RTO, gear handles down. Come up here, we check the wipers off, then we put on the battery. Did the APU fire test, started the APU, aligned the ADRU, get the ADRU aligning. It's all the stuff I did. And we go down just like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way down. We'll take off. We've already got the APU running, so we'll just leave those available. We'll tell them to disconnect in a minute. Um, we're going to get going, so I'm going to do the seatbelt sign on within 15 minutes. Only lights we have on at the moment are nav lights. When we push back, we'll do beacon. When we taxi, we'll turn on the nose light uh, as we get going. Um, all the way back out, we did the cargo fire test. And, oh, by the way, we did all the circuit breakers, checked all those in too before we sat down. And we also checked behind us, we checked the door, we observe the audio panel, make sure their switches are all in the correct position. This is the pressure breathing equipment. The fire extinguisher is in the green. This we make sure that it's a blue in the blue, which is the moisture indicator. And that's that. All right, back up here. And this has to go to map. Flight directors are on. Overhead is checked, by the way. Yeah, we did that. Okay. Flight directors on. Initial climb altitude on the SID was probably I think it's 6,000. Put this over in there. 6, what is runway heading here? Runway heading. Sorry you have to see all this, but part of it, right? Runway heading is, let's go to the 10-9. 257. And while we're here, what is the SID altitude? SID altitude is the Lambda 6 Mike. Lambda 6 Mike. No turns below 710 feet. 250 below 10. And looks like 6,000. 6,000. Okay. So, taxi. 257. Let's put that in here. Long way around. Put it in 257. The bugs, it's going to be 143 in here. Got to get it to where you can see it, right? 143. I got to go set the TPS data anyway. 143 LNAV VNAV. LNAV VNAV with Toga Toga. Field elevation here is 196 plus 800, so that's roughly 200. So 1,000 engine out acceleration. Let's get that set. Engine out's going to be down here. And maybe I'll do this view so you can see it. 1,000 engine out acceleration. Give you a better view here. You guys deserve a better view. Setting 1,000 engine out, which is 800 AFL. And as soon as I do this, I'm going to go do the TPS data. And then we'll do the checklist. It's going to be a little late for departure on this UPS flight. All right, so Toga altimeter, that's incorrect. So, inches pastel, and it should be 1016, 1016, 1016, and the FO has 1016. They should be on FMC. They're going to be on legs, and I'll be on takeoff when the time comes. Speaking of takeoff, let's go in here, go init, and it's flaps 5. Remember I did the TPS data down here. It was 41, 90.2 for flaps 5, 41 assumed temp, 90.2 for a TO2 dry, 143. So back in the box. 26 CG. And you know what I didn't set, guys? Did I? I did not do the fueling correctly. Fuel. That's why our numbers are so high. Our fuel is only 30.1. I'll put in 30.2. Now we're going to go init. Those numbers look reasonable. We're going to go thrust limit, TO2, climb TO2. Assume temp was 41. 41 with TO2, 90 point, we're looking for 90.2. We got 89.3, and we were saying our bugs that we said the thing came over here were 27, 34, and 43. 27, that's 30, 34, 43 looks good. Trim is 3.75. I do believe right now we're at around 2. No, that's 4, so it's pretty close. So we got flaps 5, TO2 dry, which is what our TPS was for. CG 3041, numbers are reasonable, and we got to get the next page. Excel high is 3,000. It's an NADP 1. 1,500 thrust reduction. Excel height is 3,800 foot engine altitude. So one last check of the box. Database is good. Positions aligned. Route is loaded. Route's copied. Legs are checked. Distance was checked. Nav rad, we're not in manual. That's good. Perf is all loaded. It's all loaded. Cruise altitude's wrong. 22,000. Zero fuel rate's correct. 442 is the correct. Thrust limit TO2. Takeoff. Everything looks good. Make sure 143 is in the window. 143, 157. Let's see how we're doing. Well, we did all this blobbing around, right? We got ATIS. We'll get one last check of that. Ground and tower. ATIS, ground, and tower. We do not right now have a approach or center for London. ATIS, ground, tower. So let's set those freaks. We got ground 21.8 and 24.25. 21.8 and 24.25. 24.225. 24.225. 21.8, we'll get clearance and ground. That's tower. ATIS is 36.525. Let's listen to it.
Juliet and taxiway Kilo acknowledge receipt of information November and report aircraft type on first contact. Gatwick information November, time 1650 Zulu special, runway in use 26 left, ILS approach to be expected, transition level 70 wind 210 at 10, wind variable between 180 and 240. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. Few clouds at 3,600. Temperature 20. Dew point 12. QNH 1016. Datalink clearances are available. Taxiway Quebec closed between Taxiway Juliet and Taxiway Kilo acknowledge receipt of information November and report aircraft type on first contact.
All right, aircraft type. Guys, I did load up the one of my guys, I'm not sure if it was Commander Sweeper or someone, told me how to use the data link available. Here's the problem. I got the aircraft clock synced. I don't know if you know how to set the aircraft clock. Well, you can actually set that at 1717 Zulu, and that's actually correct. I set the correct Zulu time on the clock, but my box still shows the current GMT is incorrect. So it didn't work. I think those two have to match up for us to be able to activate it. Anyway, I did load. I did make an effort. I got to look at it a little more. By the way, you want number 3 in data. That's your ACARS data. Okay, so we checked our oxygen back inside. Got there set. We checked across the boxes. 1,000 is the engine out. 1016 is set 3 times. Cross check with the FOs. Right down here. Then we come down the speed brake hand is up, flap lever is up, auto brakes, RTO, gear handles down. We already checked all this. 3.75 will be the trim. Parking brake is set. Fuel levers are off, cut off. Fuel levers are idle. Reversers are down. Talked about the frequencies. Fire handles are in. I do believe our oxygen is checked. I do believe we can go to the checklist now. Checklist. And we'll look down here. Oxygen is checked. Flight instruments are checked. Parking brake is set. Fuel control switches are cutoff. Normal. Before start, MCP. We talked about that ad nauseum. What you do here is you check the paddles up. Let me get this out of the way. Paddles up. Flight directors, auto throttles, autopilot engaged. Both paddles are up. Over here too. 143 is in the window. That's runway heading. Auto on the bank. 6,000 in the 1,000-foot setting. And LNAV, VNAV matches. Toga, Toga, LNAV, VNAV. Everything looks good up there. So those all look good. MCP's checked. Takeoff, we checked all the speeds, the bugs. Page 2. CDU pre-flight, we walked through it together. Trim is going to be 3.75. Taxi takeoff brief. Okay, it's going to be my takeoff. Anything prior to 80 knots, call it out. Execute the abort. Between 80 and V1, it's going to be for engine fire. We'll abort. Failure will abort. Compressor stall. Even an overheat will abort. So if we think we've lost the engine or about to lose the engine between 80 and V1, but we're kind of in the go mode there. We're not going to do a high-speed abort for just anything. That's critical stuff. The other thing is if controllability, someone pulls out on the runway in front of us or we lose control of the aircraft for some reason, we'll abort between 80 and V1, or predictive wind shear, it tells wind shear ahead, we'll abort between 80 and V1. Otherwise, we're in the go mode. If we have an overheat on the tire or wheel well fire, we'll keep the gear down, 3,000, come back in. If it's a loss of an engine, we have a engine out acceleration altitude of 1,000 feet down here, and 3,000 good min sector for the engine out. We'll go straight ahead to 3,000, clean it up in VNAV, and once we're cleaned up, to turn to downwind and come back in and land on either of the runways works. They're both good. Standing lander assessment. And we do have a dump capability, but we're not going to need it today. If you did, you have to go arm and then prestige, get 5,000, 5,600 pounds per minute. All right. Very cool, very cool. That's that. Beacons out, just click it. We're not going to do it just yet. Item override, normal, and that's going to be before taxi. Now let's go back in here. Before we call fully ready, let's get rid of some of this stuff, because when we look outside, we got all sorts of activity, don't we? All sorts of activity. So let's get rid of some of this stuff through the miracle of PMDG. So, APU is started. We are going to go ground connections, release the ground power, because we don't have it selected anymore. Chocks are still set. That's good. I can remove the chocks. The brakes are set. And then I'm going to go menu, action, service vehicles, page 2. Everybody is disconnecting. Menu, FS actions, ground operations, trucks are removed, menu, FMS, ground maintenance. We can refill hydraulic and oil in case. What I have noticed with this PMDG, sometimes it keeps malfunctions in there. Actually, last trip, I did a failure, a random failure, active none, and all systems, random, disabled. Okay, I activated it and nothing came up, so don't know why. But PMDG sometimes remembers that stuff. So we come back in here. All right, so I'm going to be on takeoff page, and he's going to be on, the other person's going to be on legs. And you guys know Bob. I don't know if I even introduced you. Bob's the guy I fly with all the time. Bob is extremely quiet. We don't have an FB or an FC. If we did, FB would sit here, FC would sit there, Bob would sit there, and he'll be no help. Trust me on that one. All right, so let's go back down here. How about there? Got ground selected, ground, toggle up. And we're going to tell them we have information November, stand 158. 777 freighter, fully ready.
998, Lambourne, Lima Alpha Mike, 6 Mike departure.
Lima Alpha Mike, 6 Mike departure, Sicilia
0998, correct, QNH 1016.
QNH 1016, Sicilia 098.
And Gatwick ground, UPS 400 at spot 158 with an altimeter of 1016. Information November, request clearance to Manchester.
UPS 400, get ground, hello, report your aircraft type and stand number.
I'm sorry, stand 158, aircraft type is 777 freighter for UPS 400.
UPS 400, clear to Manchester, Lamborn 6 Mike departure, squawk 1071.
Okay, the Manchester, Lamborn 6, Mike departure, 1071 on the squawk for UPS 400, thank you.
UPS 400, correct, break, other station, calling second.
Alright.
72 request IFR clearance
1071.
to Dublin. Stand one, correction, gate 16, QNH 1016, information November, Boeing 738.
1S72, clear to correction, thank you. Can you accept flight level 240 or flight level 260?
Alright, guys.
We could do flight level 240 for Ryanair 70.
1S72, thank you, clear to Dublin, Lamborn 6 Mike departure, squawk 7251.
So repeat the squawk, Ryanair 70.
Before I call fully ready, guys, just take a look around.
7251.
Alright, looks fully ready. Nose to the
Clear
left.
to Dublin via the IFR. Lamborn 6 Mike departure, flight level 240, squawk 7251, Ryanair 72.
Ryanair 72, correct.
And Gatwick ground, UPS 400 at spot 158. It's fully ready. Request pushback and start.
UPS 400, stand 158, push and start approved, face north.
Push and start approved and face north for UPS 400. Alright, push and start approved, face north. North is... North.
Osprey 365 requesting pushback and start.
We are facing
Osprey
north, aren't we?
365, stand 152 left, push and start approved, face east. Caution,
Let me
the
do this.
UPS Boeing 777 pushing from stand 158, straight push.
Push and start approved, face east, be careful with the UPS.
I guess he wants me to go straight back. Straight back. Okay, let's go straight back then. That's facing north. Okay, come back inside. Yeah, it's basically a straight back push. All right, so I got to do hydraulic pumps on. Turn them on this way, so there's no fluid transfer. No fuel in the center, so we keep those off. Beacons are off. The FO checks the doors. Oh, you know what? That's a good point. And they are manual. I need to arm the doors, don't I? Oh, doors, arm all. And it just armed these 1 and 2. And check the cockpit door is secured. And here we go. Menu.
Ryanair 72, request push and start, stand 16.
Push straight back.
Ryanair 72, stand 16, push and start approved, face east.
Push and start approved, face east, Ryanair 70.
Ground Air Sicilia 0998, request push and start.
The 00998, stand 28, push and start approved, face west.
Face west, start to push and approved Air Sicilia 098.
Brakes released.
Gatwick ground E75 Charlie Echo, vacated 26 left on Foxtrot Romeo, taking second left onto Juliet.
All right, guys. He's going to push it straight back. I'm going to start the left engine here. I assume they said clear to start. And I'm going to let the FO do that. We're going to monitor outside. Face north, and so we are facing north. So we'll just push straight back.
And sorry, our stations are back.
E75 Charlie Echo, vacated 26 left taxi on Juliet.
Easy 75 Charlie, Echo ground, hello, taxi stand 562 via Juliet, Quebec, Quebec Charlie and Quebec Alpha.
Taxi to 562 via Quebec, Quebec Alpha, and Quebec Romeo, was that?
Quebec, Quebec Charlie, Quebec Alpha.
taxi to 562 via Quebec Charlie and Quebec Alpha, E75 Charlie Go.
All right, we got a good normal start.
Afternoon, easy 8904.
See it, 904, go ground, hello, expect stand, approaching taxi, stand 560, via Juliet, Quebec Bravo, and Quebec Alpha.
Roger that, ready for
Stand
push.
560, Juliet, Quebec Bravo, Quebec Alpha, easy 894.
All right, I'm gonna go to takeoff.
RG209 request
53, 737, 800.
Let's go outside.
November, Juliet 06, West IFR.
Okay, back inside.
2 stations
Looks
at
like
once,
it's starting,
spread rate 756, go ground,
starting
hello,
normal.
cleared to Belfast Order Grove, Lambourne 6 Mike departure, Squawk Tree 445.
Squawk 3445 on Lambourne 6 Mike departure, J756.
J756, correct, spread break, other station, calling second.
All right, so normal start. So we come up here.
209 request station
APU
start.
off. Back down. Flaps 5.
Itaro 209, stand 21, push and start approved, face west.
Very
Circle
good.
face west.
Go outside.
209.
Ailerons.
Delta 1800.
Elevators. Rudder.
Last station calling, call sign only.
Everything looks good.
Say again.
I need your call sign, didn't hear it the first time.
DAL 1800.
Checklist.
Radar check.
Delta 1800, go ground, hello, readability 5.
Sorry guys, that kind of noisy here. And anti-ice is done. Recall. Very important.
Was 817, go ground, hello,
We got
readability
doors, passenger signs, auto brakes, parking brake set. APU is cooling down. That's all good.
Osprey
Recalls
356,
check.
hold
Flight
position,
controls are
estimated
checked.
delay 2 minutes.
Ground equipment's clear. Normal checklist. Flaps are already 5.
Osprey 365.
Before we call them, guys, let's figure out what he's going to give us. So we push back off 158. We're anticipating right on Lima. I would say right on Quebec, left on Julio. So I think it's going to right Lima, maybe under that bridge. Lima, Papa. It might be Lima, Papa. So it's going to be Lima under the bridge, Papa. All right, let's see what he does. Here we go. If he says Lima, it's a right-hand turn under the bridge, Papa. And Gatwick ground, UPS 400, push back off 158, request taxi.
UPS 400, taxi, Lima, hold short, Romeo Alpha.
Lima, hold short of Romeo Alpha for UPS 400.
Osprey 365
All right.
off the UPS
So guys,
777, passes right to left behind, stand 152 left,
is
push
Lima,
and start approved, face
Romeo
east.
Alpha. So basically,
Osprey 365
pretty quickly,
after
right?
UPS,
So here we go.
start and push
Let's
back
get into a
approved.
taxi situation here. Parking brakes are off. Bring the throttles up a little.
Ground Air Sicilia 098, request taxi for 26 left.
Sicilia 0998, taxi holding point Alpha 3, runway 26 left, via Juliet, November and Alpha November.
Try to keep the RPM below 40, guys.
November, Alpha November, Sicilia 098.
Confirm the holding point was Alpha 3.
Holding point Alpha 3.
I think Romeo Alpha is the first point, guys.
Runner 72, request taxi.
And a 72, taxi holding point Mike 1, runway 26 left, via Mike.
Mike 126 left, Mike, runner 70.
UPS 400, taxi, Romeo Alpha, Romeo, hold short kilo.
Romeo Alpha, Romeo, hold short kilo for UPS 400. All right, guys, so I think it's a right on Romeo Alpha.
UPS 400, taxi, Romeo Alpha, Romeo, hold short kilo.
Romeo Alpha, Romeo, hold short kilo for UPS 400. Hope that came through. Romeo Alpha,
Ground, hello, Tom Jet 2
Romeo.
Hotel, request IFR to Berlin.
Hold short of
Information
Kilo.
November, stand 558.
Okay.
Subject 2 Mike Hotel, go ground, hello, report your aircraft type.
A330 900.
So we are on
Subject 2 Mike
Romeo.
Hotel,
Hold short of
clear to
Kilo.
Berlin, crane 1 Mike departure, squawk 6.
I don't really see Kilo, do you?
H1016.
Let's go back in here, see if we can find it.
Clear to Berlin via the Fran 1 Mike departure, squawk 6223, QNH 1016.
Subject 2 Mike Hotel, correct, break Ryanair 72, contact Gatwick Tower 124.225, bye bye.
124.225, bye bye, Ryan SM2, thank you very much.
Gatwick ground, Spirit 205, just on Echo, taxi, any stand please.
Spirit 205, Charlie, Gatwick ground, hello, expect stand 36 left, taxi 08 left, Tango, Juliet, hold short, Romeo.
Okay, 362, sorry, 36 left, 8 left, Tango, Juliet, hold Romeo, Spirit 205, Charlie.
Get ready, it's like the M25 out here.
See this speed tape here, guys?
Easy 61.
That is the where your nose gear is. All right, so on the way out, we take off data and bugs,
Taxi
and take off data and bugs. We take weights, winds, and temperatures against the TPS. I'm going to hold short right up here. I don't know if the...
64 Charlie, Quebec, taxi, holding point, Alpha 3, on my 26 left, via Lima, Papa, and Alpha November.
Alpha 3 via Lima, Papa, and November, 6 Charlie.
Flaps are 5, set 5. Trim is 3.75, it looks good.
Ground, hello, North 94 Hotel with you.
Bye. Vital stations also.
North 94 Hotel with you.
Break, Cecilia 0998, contact Gatwick Tower 124.225, bye bye.
Blocked.
Cecilia 0998, contact Gatwick Tower 124.225, bye bye.
Contact tower, Sicilia 0998, thank you.
Oh shoot, Kilo is way
UPS
back
400, taxi, Juliet, hold short Papa.
Juliet, hold short Papa, UPS 400. All right, here we go.
Hotel with you.
Nordic 94 Hotel, go ground, hello, expect stand 12, taxi 08 left, Tango, Juliet, hold short Romeo.
And Juliet, hold short Romeo, Nordic 94 Hotel. Tomjet 2 Mike Hotel, request push and start up, stand 558.
Tomjet 2 Mike Hotel, after the EasyJet A320 passes right to left behind, stand 558, push and start approved, face south.
After EasyJet, right to left, push and start approved, face, can you repeat please, Tomjet 2 Mike Hotel?
Face south, after the EasyJet.
Face south, after EasyJet, Tomjet 2 Mike Hotel, thank you.
Spirit 205 Charlie, after the UPS 777 passes left to right on Romeo. Taxi Romeo, Kilo, hold short Papa.
Approaching. After passing UPS, Romeo Kilo, hold short Papa, 205 Charlie.
Osprey 365, requesting taxi.
Osprey 365, taxi Lima, Papa, hold short Juliet.
Almost went by it, guys.
Osprey 365, taxi Lima, Papa, hold short Juliet.
All right, guys, so now we are on
Osprey 365,
Juliet.
taxi Lima, Papa, hold short or Juliet.
And he said, hold short of Papa.
Ground, ITA 209, ready for taxi.
Itara 209, taxi Kilo, November, hold short Juliet.
Kilo November, hold short Juliet, 209.
Charlie.
Grounded OEG 07 Delta Mike, runway 26 vacating.
Easy 07 Delta Mike, go ground, hello, expect stand 48 left, taxi second right, Juliet, hold short Romeo.
Expect stand 408, taxi right Juliet, and on short Romeo, OEG 07 Delta Mike.
Taxi holding point Alpha 3, runway 26 left, via Papa and Alpha November.
You block, sir.
UPS 400, follow the EasyJet A320, taxi holding point Alpha 3, runway 26 left via Papa and Alpha November.
Okay, follow EasyJet Papa Alpha November after EasyJet UPS 400.
Nordic 94 Hotel, can you please repeat our taxi instructions?
Nordic 94 Hotel, taxi Juliet Hotshot Papa.
Papa Alpha November.
Juliet Hotshot Papa, Nordic 94
Papa
Hotel.
Alpha November, so it's full length.
The gate for EasyJet Delta Mike.
So what I'm looking at here is following EasyJet.
Delta Mike, expect stand for
Papa Alpha
Stand
November.
for 8 left, EasyJet Delta Mike, thank you.
Okay, all stations, stand by, handover in progress, I'll call you.
Papa Alpha November. Not easy when you don't fly out of here, is it? I want to run this guy over. Papa Alpha November, holding point A3. So takeoff data and bugs are checked, flaps are checked 5, set 5, and Alpha November.
Easy 64 Charlie Quebec, contact Gatwick Tower 124.225, bye-bye.
124.225 for 642.
UPS 400, contact Gatwick Tower 124.225, bye-bye.
124.225 for UPS 400 Heavy. Thank you very much, sir.
Itaro 209, taxi holding point Alpha 3, runway 26 left via November and Alpha November.
Easy 64 Charlie Quebec, Gatwick Tower, hello, hold Alpha 3.
Hold Alpha 3.
Alright, Alpha 3 is where we're holding. Alpha 3 is way down there. Way down there. So we got a ways to go. Alright, so one last check.
Alpha 1, line up
if we lose an engine, we'll clean it up with VNAV selected. We'll clean up at 1,000 feet and request runway heading 3,000. Come back in, and either runway works. We had plenty of fuel, no need to dump. Yeah, I didn't plan on doing a VATSIM today. I got home late last night from London. I go back out on Sunday. It's another 2-day London trip. Doing all Londons this month. But I came down to work on this poster. And I decided, my wife was out working on a bunch of things, so I decided to do a little flight from Gatwick to Manchester. Get it up on YouTube. Struggling to get up to 1,000 subscribers. If you guys wouldn't mind helping me out, that'd be great. A lot of good information on there, pilot stuff. 90 videos as of today. 777 captain. I get type ratings and a lot of different things you can see on my bio. Please join the Discord. A guy named Benchy, one of my subscribers, runs it for me. Does a great job. Benchy's been on vacation and he's been busy with a bunch of things, so I haven't been as attentive on there as I should be, but starting to get a lot of good information flow.
Chart 0998, surface
Alpha
wind
3,
20 degrees, 10
right
knots,
there.
runway 26 left, cleared for takeoff.
It's good.
Clear for takeoff, first Juliet 0998.
I'm going to tell, there's no flight attendants, but I would tell crew, prepare for takeoff, please. Do the chime when we're taking the runway, or about to go take off.
Easy 64 Charlie Quebec, behind departing 737 via Alpha 1, line up and wait, runway 26 left behind.
Not behind the departing traffic, 64 Charlie Quebec.
Yeah, that is Alpha 3. All right, so we got tower. I think it's going to be common over here, 22.8. Because, and over here we would have guard set.
016. Acknowledge receipt of information Oscar and advise aircraft type on first contact. Advise on initial contact. You have it.
All right, one last check of the V pilot. No London. Tower, no approach, so we're going to probably go to Unicom and wait for someone to call us. And we'll look at Manchester when we get underway.
Further if you can monitor Unicom 122.8, good day.
Unicom 122.8, got Papa Charlie. Thanks, great stuff.
See ya. C chart 0998, nothing further, monitor Unicom 122.8, goodbye.
Monitor Unicom 122.8.
I get the lights on now, guys. He did say Alpha 1, so I can go up a little more. That's Alpha 1 up here.
Easy 64 Charlie Quebec, surface wind 220 degrees 10 knots, runway 26 left, clear for takeoff.
I think he just disconnected.
Tower Osprey 365 is holding at Alpha 3.
Osprey 365 Gatwick Tower, hello, hold Alpha 3.
Osprey 365, hold Alpha
3. UPS 400 Gatwick Tower.
Go ahead for UPS 400, sir.
UPS 400, did that A320 disappear for you on the runway as well?
Yes, he did, sir. He's gone.
Well, just hold there for me for a moment, see if he logs back in. We'll give it 30 seconds.
Okay, holding at Alpha 1, UPS 400.
Thanks.
All right, still tower, nothing on departure. Okay, so definitely planning on a Unicom departure. All right, we got a LNAV, VNAV set. Big right-hand turn, climbing to 6,000. We'll go, we'll just follow the SID.
UPS 400, surface wind 220 degrees 10 knots via Alpha 1, runway 26 left, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff via Alpha 1, 26 left, UPS 400.
Tower Easy 39 Foxtrot Bravo on the ILS 26 left, 9 mile.
Easy 39 Foxtrot Bravo, Gatwick Tower, hello, continue approach, 26 left, 1 to depart ahead.
Continue approach, 26 left, 1 to depart ahead, 39 Foxtrot Bravo.
Approaching, 26 left.
Here we go, guys. Get lined up. Look for about 50%.
On runway, 26 left.
And through the miracle of PMDG, right click, toga. Here we go. Center line, center line. Never give up center line.
365 via Alpha 1, line up
80 knots.
26 left.
Acceleration check's good.
Osprey 265, line up runway
V1. Rotate.
Here we go, right about 15 degrees at this lightweight.
Tower ITA 209, seeing to holding current Alpha 2 on 26 left.
Gear up.
ITA 209, Gatwick Tower, hello, hold Alpha 2. Tower 209, Gatwick Tower.
There's power reduction at 1500.
Tower 209, Gatwick Tower.
Cleaning up at 3000, which is 3200. There's 3200. Should start pushing down.
Easy 39 Foxtrot Bravo, continue approach 26 left, expect late landing clearance.
There it goes, lowering the
Continue approach,
nose.
expecting late landing clearance, Easy 39 Foxtrot Bravo.
UPS 400, no further ATC, monitor Unicom 122.8, good day.
22.8, thanks for all your help, UPS 400.
See ya.
Alright, so we're got flaps 1, flaps can go all the way up. And I'm going to go climb all the way out, delete all these altitudes, and climb up to
Osprey 365, surface wind 220 degrees 10, knots, runway 26 left, clear for takeoff, landing traffic at 3 miles.
Make sure they're all out.
65, clear for takeoff, we take off here.
And one more time.
Our ITA 209, we missed Alpha 2, we got Alpha 3, sir.
209, roger, hold at Alpha 3.
Okay.
22.8. Alright, here we go. And I've deleted all the altitudes since we're on Unicom, guys. And takeoff checklist is complete. Alright, back in here. Let's let it fly. LNAV now. How's that? Gotta get the altimeters though. Instead of we're goofing around, right? So let me do this. We're out of 6, so standard. Looks good. On our way to Manchester.
Heathrow traffic, speed 9 Echo Golf, crossing Lambourne, flight level 70, ILS 2.
How do you like my poster? Pretty good. Cinematics on Chase Plane for your viewing pleasure. Let's start getting ready for the Manchester. First you gotta see that though. How pretty is that freighter? Kidding me? Alright, back to business here, guys. I'll do it over here. Let's go to Manchester. The arrival is the Elvos 1 Mike. Elvos 1 Mike. Star Elvos 1 Mike. Right there. Elvos 1 Mike.
Heathrow traffic, speedbird 911, uniform passing Lambourne, flight level 70, ILS 27 right.
Dane at 8, Elvos at 20. Dane at 8, Elvos at 20. Come back in. Elvos at 20. Dane at 8. Elvos at 20. So there's Elvos at 20, Dane at 8. Go over here, get the 8-ish tune. Oh, what do we got here? Any, nope, Shannon, nope. That's Holland. Nope, none of that is going to be good. Hamburg, nope. All right, so we're going to Gatwick, EGCC. Is everything off the air? Let me go to Spybot, guys. What is it with Father Time? What is the matter with me? I always get shut out. London Heathrow, Manchester went home. All right, so Manchester went home. So we're going to use Unicom going in. They'll call us if they need us, right? No big deal. We tried. That was a legitimate try. Let's get the altimeters, the lights out. Just leave on the nav, the beacon, and the strobes. That's it. All right, so they're landing on, we've set up the arrival. They're landing on 23 right, so let's go to 23 right. Let's go to Navigraph, approach, ILS 23 right. Kind of disappointed. ILS 23 right. No ATIS on the air right now. 1015 I think was the altimeter. We'll check that out in a minute. Someone did teach me how to do, there's no Gatwick, no Manchester ATIS. All right, so let me see here. I think it was .exe space EGCC, enter. Unknown command. Let me see. Somebody sent me the information on that, and I sent it to myself. Oh, didn't come out. Okay. Yeah, I'll figure it out another time. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, so anyway, we'll just go with the 10 was the altimeter. Maybe they'll have that actually playing on the real ATIS. ATIS is ATIS 2818. 2818. But you know, I do have, it's interesting. That was the ATIS, right? 2818, yeah, all right. Okay, let's go back in here.
Stands to traffic, Renner 1 Whiskey 0,
At 22.
Stands to traffic.
Let's take a look on here. We are L Navigate, V Navigate. How far are we from the field? We are 168 miles. Let's find out where the top of descent is, because we can put in on the arrival 8,000, right? With the arrival, we are in VNAV path, as you can see. So with Unicom, I'll put in 8,000. $8,000, and it will descend on the arrival. And the reason I put in 8,000 is because that is the bottom altitude on the arrival. And then somewhere in there we'll set ourselves up for the ILS to 23 right. I wonder if there is a Dane transition. That'd be kind of cool, you know? ILS EGCC. Be nice if we were on the correct one, right? ILS 23 right. Nope, there isn't. Alright, so we're set up for the arrival. After landing, there's no ground. Taxi, the approach, taxi cargo area at Manchester is, we'll park somewhere. ILS 23 right, we'll clear it like Bravo, Alpha, Delta, and we'll park up in the cargo area, which we're going to call right up in here, any of these. So parking stands, like spot 70. So we'll go Alpha, Delta, park in one of these gates over here, since no one's talking to us. That's usually what I use for my cargo area. They seem to be fine with that. Double check. Nope, Manchester went home. Ah, VATSIM. It's okay. Love these guys, though. Man, I tell you, what a difference. Cinematics. So if you haven't flown with me before, guys, I'm pretty new to the flight sim world. I just started doing this stuff back in like March. And yeah, we're up to like 775 on the subscribers. I'm hoping to get to 777 for this reason. I'm a 777 captain right now. I retire in September unless they go to age 67. I'll stay on for a couple of years. As I mentioned earlier in this broadcast, I will maybe fly contract or just stay home and take care of my kids. My wife. I have a wife, 6 adult children, most of them married, lots of grandkids. Have a good life. It's good. Really appreciate the flight sim community. I've been really impressed with the lack of toxicity. It's just basically a real helpful group of people. Fantastic. Really appreciate all you guys. Take a look in here. We'll bump this out a little bit. See if we can see top of descent. It's way over here, top of descent. See that? So we're doing 8 miles a minute, so that's 5 miles at 40, right? So it's 60, so about 7 miles we'll start the descent. 7 minutes we'll start the descent. We checked the ATIS. If you remember the, when you looked at the PDF, we checked the weather here at Manchester. It presently 289, so they're landing to the west, scattered, pretty good. 68 degrees, 1014 is going to be the altimeter, 1014. A little bit of rain coming in later on, looks fine right now. Heathrow's the alternate. After landing, we talked about it, right? Always good to review it. 23 right, we'll get off probably a Bravo, straight ahead on Alpha, Delta, park somewhere over here and call it a VATSIM day. Don't forget to subscribe. My down in the bottom right is my face sitting in the cockpit. If you guys wouldn't mind subscribing, that'd help me. I love this stuff, man. Yeah, I got to do something about all this. Maybe get my thing a little better centered, bring it down a little. You get the idea. Just to give us a little prettier background. But $30, well, the poster was more. It was like $100. But for $30, I got to just put on a dry mount on a board. That's pretty good. This little guy, that'll run you about $300 for that thing. But you got to do it. You got to advertise if you want to build your stream, and I intend to do it during retirement. Kind of getting a running start doing it here while I'm still flying. Had a nice trip to London. Flew with a nice guy, nice flight crew. Hey, I had Robin Roberts. She's the NBC anchor in first class. She actually came up and sat with us. She said her father was Tuskegee Airman during World War II. So that was quite a treat. She was lovely. And flight attendant invited her to visit the cockpit on the ground at the gate. She sat there for 5 minutes and couldn't have been nicer. She's as nice in person as she appears to be on TV. I don't know if you know who she is. She's with Michael Strahan on NBC Good Morning America. Just did Wimbledon for NBC. That's why she was in London. And we flew back and arrived on time. The FO went back and got a picture taken with her, which is kind of a no-no. but he wanted to do it. But we usually leave the people alone. All right, so top of descent, it's right at the 40-mile point, so that's 5 minutes. We'll start down. We're in VNAV path, and we've got 8,000 in there. That's the bottom altitude, and we'll come down, fly the arrival as published. Let's review the arrival again. The arrival star. What do we say? Elvos 1 Mike. We're going to go Elvos at 20, then Trent, Cushy, Dane at 8, and Dane at 8 and 230. So Elvos at 20, Trent, Dane at 230 and 8. So that's all in there. Approach. ILS 23 right. All right, it's the ILS 23 right. Let's do the briefing. 11-3 at Manchester. Uh, 110.9, I mean 109.5 and 232. 109.5, 232. Let's get our minimum set. Minimum set is ILS is 449. So it's set 449. Looking right down here. .449 is set. We'll go flaps 30. Go brakes to 3. I don't think you can see that, can you? I don't think we'll need the speed brakes, but we can arm them now. Speed brakes are armed. Descent check. We're going to do a recall. Up. I heard something click. Approach tower. No London. No Gatwick. Manchester ground. Hey, there we go. Manchester ground just signed on. And Manchester ATIS, 21,975. All right, here we go. Manchester ground. Let's get that preset. 2185. $21.85, and Manchester ATIS, $21,975. All right.
This is Manchester Airport information Alpha at time 1750 Zulu. Automatic. Departure runway 23 left. Arrival runway 23 right. Transition level 60 data link clearances are available. When 290 at 9. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. Few clouds at 3000. Ceiling 3700 broken. Temperature 18. 2.12. Altimeter 1014. Acknowledge receipt of information Alpha and advise aircraft type on first contact.
All right, outstanding. So right now we have the ATIS for EG. We have ground, so we won't use ground until we get there. We have no tower. If there was an approach, we use them all the way through ground and tower. You guys remember the top down? I learned this. So if there's a center, like a London center, they would handle center, approach, tower, ground, clearance. If there was just a approach, they would handle approach, tower, ground, clearance. And if there was just a tower, that tower would handle not approach, but they would handle tower, ground, and clearance. If there was just a ground, they'd handle ground and clearance. Top down. Learned that the hard way. Gotten in trouble a couple of times on this. All right, so let's go back in here. Should be just about ready to start down. Yeah, here it comes. Starting down about 30 seconds. So we're not going to do anything until we get on the ground, and then they'll give us instructions. So now I do have to know which spot I'm going to, and I think what I'll do is taxi and ground, parking stands, spot 69, and I think what I'll do is go to ground, oh, there they are, ground, there's spot 69 on landing. That's all I'm going to do. Enter. All right. I don't know if that's something you do, but it's a way to do it, right? I didn't want to do that. We're starting down now. Let's come in here and do the pilot stuff. Oh, look at this guy. That's not good. And UPS 400 is descending on the Elvis 1 Mike for 23 right at Manchester. See somebody right out here, guys. And ground just answered me. Roger, when I requested spot 69, so he answered me. But he's telling me I can also use that, right? All right, so I'll say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's kind of funny. There is somebody out here. I don't know if I passed them or not. Yeah, he's right here. He's only 2 miles ahead. That's not good. I don't know who he is, what he is. He's 1,500 above. Have to be careful. That could make for an interesting VATSIM, huh? Do a little rejoin. Out of 18, all the lights are on. Go back to the checklist. This recall notes auto brakes are 3, landing data is good, and approach brief is complete. And the transition level is 70. I like to put that in here, guys. Let me do that for you. VNav, forecast, transition level 7. That way you don't get altimeter warnings at 18. All right. Yeah, he's up above us, so I'm not sure if he's doing the Elvis 1 Mike or not. May have to take evasive action. So right now there is no tower, no approach, So it's up to me to maintain separation with this fella. Wonder if we can see him out there. There he is. Right over there. Oh well. Who knows? Just gonna fly my airplane. Do what we can. I'll fly the star to stay on the ground track as filed, and then I'll maneuver for 2-3 right from there. Is there an IAF I could fly to after Dane for 2-3 right? ILS 2-3 right. Not really. I'll just do a base leg. I'll maneuver myself. So about a 152 heading after Dane. 1014 is going to be the altimeter. You can actually come in and preset that by here. Barrow. See 1014, you can preset it. Over here you can go 1014. It's too early, but now it's preset. So when I get out of standard at 7, flight level 70, I'll be able to, it would go right to the proper altimeter. 1014. Hey, I think we just got a tower, guys. Gatwick Tower, Manchester Tower. 18625, outstanding. 18625 and ground 2185. 18625. 18625. He's not going to want to talk to us until we maneuver on final. So I'm going to go there now. And I'm going to go ground 2185. And I'll talk to tower as we position on final. All right. We got a tower. Got a ground. Do not have a London center. We do not have an approach. I need to come up here to the overhead. We're out of 10. Lights are on. Desterilize them. Off we go. Drag required.
Easy 6 Delta Echo, Manchester.
Easy 6 Delta Echo, just with you now. I'm here about reliable Mike 1, if that makes a difference to you.
That's fine. Easy 6 Delta Echo from Mike 1, runway 23 right, clear for takeoff. Surface winds 290 degrees, 9 knots.
Clear for takeoff 23 right, easy 6 Delta Echo.
And I got some speed brakes out here, guys. And I'm slowing. I want to be Dane at 230 and 8. 230 and 8. All right, let's go flaps 1, but below 265. I don't know why it's not descending. I'm going to descend down to 3 now. And I'm going to align for 2-3 right. I'm going to do a right-hand turn.
Speedbird 58, contact me when established, localizer runway 23 right.
2-3 right. So that's 23050, right? And we'll blow 245. I can go flaps 5. Speed brake levers on, brakes 3. Now I'm going to come in here and I'm going to go departure arrival and extend. There we go. So I'll just come out here and maneuver, come back around, and land. Okay, we got tower 19.4. Now, tower, now it's 19.4. Look at this. Tower is 19.4. All right, tower is 18. That just changed. 2 towers, north tower, south tower. 18,625.
Established runway 2 right.
North tower, south tower.
Speedbird 58, Manchester Tower, runway 23 right, clear to land, winds 290 degrees, 9 knots.
Just render runway 2 right for Speedbird.
Oh, wait a minute. Am I not turning here?
Easy 6 Delta Echo, no further ATC, Unicom 122.8, goodbye.
Unicom 122.8, easy 6 Delta Echo, thanks a lot, bye bye.
Why isn't it turning? Oh, brother. I think I better come back up here. Hold my altitude. Decrease this a lot. Overfly the field. We're going to go altimeter standard. And I'm going to overfly the field at 6,000 and do a right base over the airport traffic area. I'll displace myself out. So guys, I didn't hit heading, so that wasn't good. So I'm above the airport traffic area, so I'll overfly and I'll do a right base for 2-3 right. Ah, wonderful job. I'll displace out here. And when I get onto a downwind, I'll start on down to 3,000. We're 1 point right. I can start down now. And what is the altitude for the FAF crossing? It is 3,500. So I will set 3,500 in here. And descend on down to 3,500 for a right base. All right. I'm looking over here. We got a tower. We got a north tower, south tower, and ground.
Taxi right, Bravo.
Speedbird 58, thank you. Taxi right, Bravo.
So he gave him right,
Speedbird
Bravo.
58, contact ground 121.850. Goodbye.
Going to ground 121.8 right.
He did 2-3 right, right on Bravo. So he wanted him on the outer over here. We'll see how we work out. Okay. All right, let's get over to a 050 heading. Descending down to 3,500. setting ourselves up for a right base. Each traffic descend 8,000 feet, expect ILS 2 right. Oh. Nope, okay, that's not it. You see traffic, descend 8,000 feet. All right, I don't know. Could be interesting. Let me go out a little bit. So I'm going to come in outside of CF 23 right. I've got a guy out here that I will not cut in front of. He looks like he's already at 3,500. Now this guy, that is not for me. Can't be. All right, I'm just aligning after this guy out here. Did you take a look at him? Now we don't have an approach, so we're kind of on our own to get ourselves to final. It says EG traffic descend to 8,000, expect ILS 23 right, but we don't have an approach, so I'm not sure what that one is good for. I will follow this guy. And the reason I'm giving him priority and not cutting in front of him is, first of all, he's already aligned himself on final, and I'm on a downwind, so I'm not going to do that. What I'll do is I'll turn, and I'll make sure I have at least 5 miles separation on the guy. It's going to be a long, slow approach. So I've got flaps 5, and that's above my flaps 5 speed over here. As you can see. He's a Beamas. I'll let him get a little further before I turn base leg. Yeah, you want at least 5 miles. Here we are in VATSIM. I probably will give him a little more. On final, I looked for 1,000 feet vertical separation. So when you look on the TCAS, if you see minus 1,000, you know you're going to be fine. If you see minus 700, it's going to be tight as to whether or not they clear in time. So he's a Beamas right now. And I could turn base right about now. Let's do it. And I'll slow it down a little more. Long, slow final. Make sure I don't eat this guy up. And below flaps 5, so I got to do flaps 15.
Greenwich Tower, Sicilia 098, established S2 right.
Side chart 0998 Manchester Tower, runway 23 right, clear to land, winds 290 degrees at 9 knots.
Clear to land 23 right, Sicilia 098.
I'll go flaps 20, guys. And get down as slow as I can. Yeah, so we're going to have 10 miles on them. And Manchester Tower, UPS 400 is going to roll out on 23 right, ILS final, about 10 miles behind traffic.
UPS 400 Manchester Tower, continue approach runway 23 right, winds 290 degrees, 9 knots, you're number 2.
Continue approach 22 right, American UBS 400. All right, guys. Yeah, 5 miles is. We have 10 miles on this guy, as you can see, which should be plenty. Loke's arm, glide slope's arm. I don't know where this thing is going. There it goes. It's turning. That wasn't good. All right, this is not good. It's trying to align. Yeah, that's not good, but it'll get over there eventually. Let's get nice and slow, guys. It's going to overshoot. It'll correct back nicely. You can see that the gear is starting to come down. It's down. I'm going to go flaps 25. Yeah, we are slowing down really early because it's VATSIM. That's why. I got a low capture. And the misapproach altitude is 3,500, so that's in the box. 3,500. And yeah, we're on intercept heading now, guy. 37, that's 42 on our box. So we can go all the way to flaps 30. Yeah, we're way out slow. And we got ground set on the other side. All right. Yeah, it's kind of funky. The tower came up, and then there was a north tower, south tower, then a ground. So they don't want to talk to you till you approach on final. That's what we did. And I'm giving this guy plenty of time. We're going to plan on right on Bravo. Might be Bravo Alpha. Let me get that ready to go.
Tower Easy 172 Victor Papa 1.
Might be Bravo. Might be Alpha there actually. Alpha Delta, we'll see. There we go.
Easy 172 Victor, hold Papa 1.
Hold Papa 1.
All right, we are set. Yeah, I slowed down early just because I wanted to give that guy plenty of time, and I probably gave him a little bit too much time. Glide slope's alive. Misapproach altitude is set. Altimeters are set. Lights are on, waiting on landing clearance. Should start coming down. Not until the FAF, which is right up, way up here. Definitely slowed down early. Too early.
Easy 172 Victor. Behind the landing 737, cross runway 23, right report vacated.
We'll go behind the landing 737, we'll cross 23 right and we'll report. Easy 172 Victor.
Yeah, they're usually like 160 till 5 miles, guys, so should have done that. Kind of pretty, huh? Alright, back inside, do some of the pilot stuff. Insufficient fuel. Alright, that's because of the alternate. Glide slope starting to move. Alright, so it's coming down, glide slope.
Easy 172 Victor, vacate 23.
Alright, he's clearing the runway now.
Easy 172 Victor, contact Manchester Tower on 119.4. Goodbye.
Cover tower for easy 172 Victor,
Should be glide slope capture.
60998, contact ground 121.850. Goodbye.
300 at 7, so a little bit of a right turn.
So good evening, easy 221 Charlie's holding short 23 right at Foxtrot 1.
There it is.
Easy 221
Low
Charlie,
capture, glide
Foxtrot
slope
1,
capture.
runway 23 right, report vacated.
There we go.
Cross 23 right at Foxtrot 1, report vacated, easy 221 Charlie.
Yeah, that's correct, but don't speak over other aircraft, please.
Be interesting to see if he gets upset with me for slowing down so early. Yeah, on the Manchester, London, Gatwick, they want 210 on downwind, 180 on base, 160 inside of 10, I think it is, to about 4 DME. And I obviously was down at 145 at 15 or 20 DME. And I did it just because of that traffic that was out there. But it was in VATSIM, uncontrolled.
221 Charlie cleared 23 right.
But it was probably a little excessive.
Contact tower 119.
Still no landing clearance.
Over to tower 119.4 for easy 221 Charlie. Thanks, bye.
UPS 400, Manchester.
Go ahead for UPS 400, sir.
UPS 400, runway 23 right, clear to land. Surface winds 290 degrees, 9 knots.
Clear to land 23 right, UPS 400. Clear to land. Two right's in sight. Plan to get off at Bravo. If he tells us to stay on Bravo, that's a hard right. Alpha's kind of a 45 to Delta. He might do hard right on Bravo, left on Papa, trying to go to spot 69 up there on the left. Lord only knows if we'll find it, right? So on the PMDG 777, well, let me do it with this. This is left click on the mouse is toga, middle is auto throttle, right is autopilot. I have hit toga when I try to take off the autopilot on several occasions. Not confusing in the aircraft because the yoke, auto throttles, right toga's down here, but I've made a few mistakes. If you ever do that, you just turn off the auto throttle system up on the MCP. All right, we are clear to land. Let's do this pilot stuff. Right click, Captain Marvel. All right, no toga today. Much easier to fly with this view than that one sitting way back, but it's a little boring for you guys. Out of 1,000, we'll call. Oh, look at that.
1,000.
Stable. Sorta. Yeah, I've got to adjust the sensitivity on this Boeing yoke here. Not very good at it. It's very sensitive. Maybe improve the, increase the dead zone.
2, 4, right.
Let's try to get a good landing. In the zone. Nice smooth landing. Plan on clearing at Bravo. Right hand turn up. Yeah, I definitely got to decrease the sensitivity on this thing. I am not doing a good job. All right. VASI's confirmed the ILS glide slope.
Approaching minimums.
Landing.
Minimums. 100.
Taking over visually.
50. 30. 20. 10.
Reverse. Roll out. Coming out of reverse. Auto brakes are off. I think this is flaps up after landing. Would you like a UPS 400 take Alpha or Bravo, sir?
UPS 400 contact ground 121.85. Good night.
2185. Thanks for your help. UPS 400. And ground UPS 400 is clear at 23 right. We'd like to go to spot 69.
UPS 400, taxi stand 69 via Delta and Echo.
Delta Echo, stand 69 for UPS 400. Thanks. I'm going to take Alpha, Delta, Echo. All right, flaps are up. We'll get the lights off in a second.
Station calling, say again.
Ground R Sicilia 0998
This is Alpha.
Thank you, goodbye.
Cheers. Break, Ryanair 65 Golf Victor, you're going the wrong way. I instructed you to go to Hotel 1, you're going to Mike 1.
Uh-oh.
Sorry,
Alpha, Delta, Echo.
Ryanair 65 Golf Victor.
There's Delta,
65
Echo.
Golf Victor, you can turn around on Juliet if you're not able to do a 180-degree turn right now.
I'll turn around at Juliet. 65 Golf Victor.
The lights out. Taxi lights on, strobes off, and these two are off. Echo. This is Delta. Left on Echo. Spot 69. Delta. Left on Echo, and we're going to park up near FedEx up there. We'll start the APU. '62. Looks like somebody might be on 69 because there's 64 63, 64, 65, 66, 67. Yeah, they might be on. So I'll just park somewhere up here, guys. I don't think they care. Maybe they will. I'll probably get in trouble. Maybe I can park in between those FedExes. That's definitely the cargo area. I got that right. $64. $65. Yeah, I'll go between FedEx and UPS, parking there. 66. Hey, actually 69 might be open. That's cool. 66. 67. 68, 69. All right, 67. I definitely can't go much further than this. 68. I think we better park here because I'm not sure.
Hold short,
Oh, no,
23, right.
We'll go 68.
And contact tower on 118.625.
You know what? He's on 70. I can park on 69. Just parking here, guys. That's too tight on him. Close enough. Yeah, it's hard to tell, isn't it? He's in 69, so I'm gonna go way over here so I don't hit him, and I'll just park sort of somewhere over here. Yeah, we got room. Got room, okay. All right, brakes are parked. Seatbelt sign is off. APU is running. Go down here. Chop them. And parking check. So my flow is up here. I gotta go. Lights are off. I gotta turn off the hydraulic pumps counterclockwise. I gotta do fuel pumps, beacon, taxi lights, and this guy gets the flight director switches, auto throttles. Oh, yeah, we just leave those on. Flight director switches.
Manchester grounds, good evening.
And checklist.
Ryanair 25 November, stand 53, request for back to start.
Altimeters, we did that.
Ryanair 25 November, stand 53, pushing start approved, facing west.
We did that.
Approach, facing west, Ryanair 25 November.
Shutdown checklist is complete. Parking brake, they want us to release it, so I'll just go item override. I'm going to leave it set. Checklist override, normal. ADARU, so we got the overhead. ADARU is off. Emergency lights off. Thought I did that, I guess I didn't. They're off. Off enough, right guys? And packs, they want it off, but we'll leave them on. All right, let's do some VATSIM stuff. Some PMDG stuff. I'm going to go flight actions, ground connections, set the chocks, request ground power, return. We're going to get ground operations. We get the chock set. We're going to go ground service vehicles. Get the fuel truck out here. Cargo. Let's get everything, guys. Let's get it all. Yeah, everybody. Come on out. Miss you already so much. Arrival hold. FS actions. Maintenance. Yeah, fill those up, check the oil. We're going to do that. Going to do all these things. We're going to get everyone. Cool those brakes. Replace the brakes. Get some new tires. So much fun. Ground maintenance. Ground have doors. Disarm all. Open. Left open. Next. Let's open the E&E. Let them get in there. Let's open the cargo. Let's open the cat. Oh, yeah. I mean, everything. Let's go outside. Let's see what we did. All right. So we flew from Gatwick to Manchester. Tower and ground went off the air. So we started doing the Unicom arrival. And lo and behold, ground showed up. And tower showed up. ATIS showed up. And we were able to do that. I didn't hit heading select. So I had to do a right base, maintain above the airport traffic area, right base, and called tower as we approached final. Slowed down a little early, trying to get plenty of room on that guy in front of me. I didn't know if he was an Embraer or what he was. I think he might have been a 7.3, so that wouldn't have been a problem. But yeah, there are air speeds: 210 on downwind, 180 on base, 160 usually till 4 DME. So to be at 145, 20 miles out, is not going to go over big with Manchester. I definitely would have heard about that one. But anyway, a lot of fun. If you guys wouldn't mind subscribing, I would really appreciate it. I'm going to sign out of VATSIM. And yeah, VATSIM guys, you're the best. Thank you so much for doing all that stuff. Look at that action going. Who's more powerful than us, guys? Except that I don't have a cockpit door open, the cabin door open, so our little fellas can't get out. Yeah, it's open. Entry door is open. Okay, so without further ado, let's do this. Here we are at Manchester, safely parked at, I think it's 68, spot 69. The other UPS was at 69. I parked a little far out, didn't I? You know, it's always exciting when Captain Marvel, Father Time taxis. But my tail's inside of the line, so I think we're fine. Pretty darn cool. Pretty darn cool. Anyway, please don't forget to subscribe and join our Discord. Thanks a lot, guys. Father Time, I'm going to try to live stream here soon. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day, depending on the family commitments. I'll let you know. Thanks a lot for everything. Thanks for all your support. I really appreciate you guys. Father Time's out.